boom, 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 boom. Nice. Wait. Hello. Okay, nice. Good, good, good. Elgato, play your volume. Talk your stuff, but a bit more quiet because it's going to be Xenoverse 2. Okay, alright. Everything's alive. Wow, that went on. That happened quick. I feel like it's normally not that quick for everything to go off and notify everybody. Bean Burrito Man, you're first person in the chat, I'm pretty sure. No, Lee was actually first person in the chat. Lee said sup, and Bean Burrito Man said, oh brother, he's live. Truly. Hello everyone. 7 days left for what? Oh, you don't know? You don't know? I'll let one of the, you know what? We'll see who's been paying attention. Someone in chat, inform the rest of the class. What do you think it's 7 days left for? What do you think it's 7 days left for? You know what? No, I'm not going to spill the beans. I'm not going to spill the beans. I won't spill it. I ain't got no clue when it comes to Dragon Ball game news. That's pretty fair. I'm pretty sure nobody knows what's actually going on when it comes to Dragon Ball game news. But it's 7 days left. Genshin's impacts collapse. No. As funny as that would be, no. As funny and admittedly as sad as that would be. But slightly more than funny. Slightly more. Okay,
Attention, all proud warriors. Have you ever considered joining
did someone guess it? Nope. How are you guys still not guessing it? That's actually kind of scary how you guys aren't getting it.
Our duty is to protect everyone.
7 days till see the oils up. 7 days until Dragon Ball news. Yes, until Dragon Ball news, but specifically which Dragon Ball news? I want to see how much you guys have been paying attention.
But we need your help. The only requirements are confidence in your capabilities. And of course, a strong desire to protect history. We've got a school for honing your skills.
The dragon. Why you guys like this? Okay, you know what? I'll just tell you. Genkai Damatsuri. Dude, I was thinking one of you guys would definitely get it. It's been like 2 minutes. I didn't want to edge you any longer because I was getting like low-key embarrassed. But it's still Genkai Damatsuri.
In Kantan City, home to the
Man, you guys don't know.
There are a few
All right, you know what? Let me update the title since you guys don't know anything. I'm being benevolent for your sake. I wanted to do it as a quick test to see how many people actually knew what was going on.
Within city limits is prohibited. Time patrollers wishing to fly when not on duty are required to obtain a flying license. Please help keep Kantan City safe by obeying its traffic laws.
I don't know how to speak Japanese, that's aight. Not a single person is memorizing that name steeds. Fair enough. Fair enough. Credit where it's due. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, yeah, that's pretty true. That's true.
Keeping these things in mind, please carry out your missions safely.
Okay. I am playing this on PlayStation, so all of the PlayStation guys, because I've been ignoring you for a bit, I'm very sorry about that. Today we can box. Chai says missed dono. Yes, there is. Oh my god. Thanks so much for the $5. Oh yeah, thanks so much for the $5 donation, Chai. Through Streamlabs or PayPal. And Chai says, what's up? How is all? Also GG's on the Night Rain runs. Oh, GG's indeed, fellas. The game is loud. Really? I lowered it a bunch. Okay, let's just lower it even more. My apologies. Xenoverse is just a stupidly loud game. Genki, Dama, Spirit Bomb, and Matsuri Festival. Yeah, that's why I find this so easy to remember. It's literally just a Japanese name for Spirit Bomb and then Festival. And someone's gonna say, Armstead, you're a weeb. Okay, how about this? Remember what the Spirit Bomb is called, and then just remember the word Matsuri. That's it. Oh, how's it going, bro? Hey, man. Oh my god, where is this chat? Oh, sorry. We're on, most of the people are on YouTube, Emmanuel. Oh my god, hello. Most of the people are on YouTube, so that's the chat I'm responding to. Matsuri Press. I shouldn't have read that out. I shouldn't have gave you a pass. I shouldn't have entertained that. That was a big mistake. Is Genki Dama a new Dragon Ball game? No. Genki Dama is the Japanese name for Spirit Bomb. But the event is called the Genki Da Matsuri because it's the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, I believe. So obviously for, you know, when the anniversary says 0 on it somewhere, it's usually a big cause for celebration. So I know what you guys are going to say, but Steve, we thought Sparking 0 was going to be a big cause for celebration. Yeah, and guess what? We were just wrong. It's okay to admit that we were all wrong, all right? That was not it. But this time, I'm not going to lie. If what they announce is Xenoverse 3, they'll be aight. Because we already know the Xenoverse games are going to actually launch with content. So no matter what, that's just better than whatever Sparking 0 is doing. The game could actually be less balanced than Xenoverse 2 right now. Like, it could launch less balanced than Xenoverse 2 and it would still be an actual fulfilling game because it would just have content. I don't think we'll get a Xenoverse 3 announcement before 2027. Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to be Xenoverse 3 either. I've already said they're most likely going to do what they did with the Tenkaichi series. Where Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3 exist. And instead of just naming the next game Tenkaichi, they just call it Raging Blast. Even though it plays very similar to a Tenkaichi game and uses the same graphics and the same and like similar animations for super attacks, right? So that's what I think they'll do with Xenoverse 3. You know, they'll just make another game. I think you can fix the audio if you mute your mic. Oh, this guy thinks he's funny. Bring it back, Dragon Ball Buchigiri match. It was literally Yu-Gi-Oh! For Dragon Ball. Maybe, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Already dominated the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market, so the company would lose money on that, and also no Dragon Ball fans would play it. You know Dragon Ball fans, they're not going to play anything that's not like an action fighter. I just know Vegito... Oh yeah, Vegito being balanced in Genshin was definitely an accident. There's no way that was intentional. I'm shocked that he's actually balanced. But here's the one. Is he balanced or is he underpowered? Because he feels like Bojack. He feels like Bojack where he feels too weak. You know? Like, he feels like he doesn't compete with the rest of the cast. He's alright. You can find situations where he shines, just like Bojack. But it feels like for the most part, he doesn't compete with the rest of the cast. So, yeah. Emmanuel says, bro, can we get in touch? We're doing a Gatten reunion. When? Holy crap. I mean, I could get in touch. I just, you know, I'm painfully busy. I want to know the date though. If there's a, yes, that's also still my number. Yeah, that's still my number, Emmanuel. Thank you. I'm still on that number. So you can like message me or contact me through that. I didn't actually know you were doing a reunion. Holy crap. What room is this? It's a 3v3 room, right? Unless if I made a mistake. Yeah, 3v3s. I actually didn't know that. Look at me not paying attention to the rest of the world. Chas says, excuse me, let me join this reunion, even though I'm a stranger. Oh my god. Butcher says, I hate cardio. Fair enough. I can respect that. Are we invited? No, none of you guys are invited. Spoiler alert, none of you guys are invited. What? Could you... No. It would be kind of an aura move, but also at the same time, it would be really weird if I pulled up with like 60 people. I got in the wrong room. Well, try again. Try again. Maybe you'll get in the right room. Just realized you changed to a PSN. Yes, I did. It was necessary. I was tired of my PSN saying Steve Daddy. That was something else. A free on PlayStation, not Xbox. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. A Gatten reunion. I didn't even know that, dude. I'll text you the details when confirmed. Okay, thanks, buddy. I was about to be a loser and ask, who's going? Because it depends on if I go. No, bro. I'll go just because you're there, Emmanuel. I'm not even kidding. I'll go there just because you're there. If I can make it, I'll go there just because you're there. Because you're cool, so. But Steve Daddy was based. No, it wasn't. Steve Daddy was lame. That was a horrible name. What do you mean Steve Daddy is your legal name? No, it is. Bro, okay. Please, you have to come through. I'll bring Abdul. Oh, bro. I actually haven't seen him in ages. I don't want to insult him. But the only thing He was really funny, but the only other thing I remember about him was like his head. That was it. He was really funny, but the only other thing I remember about him was I'm glad to know he's still okay. Because one of my I hate talking about this. I actually hate talking about this with anyone, but I always worry because I mean he's an actor now. What? Okay, now that sounds interesting. I have to hear more about that. But yeah, no, I hate talking about this, but I always worry about how everyone's doing because I remember not hearing anything about anyone. I think this was still in school, when we were still in school. But I remember, you remember, Emmanuel. You remember what happened to Ziggy. I don't even want to go over that story again because it makes me sad every time. But since then, I've always worried about like how everyone around me might just disappear, and I just have to, unfortunately, get over it. Otherwise, I'll just spend my whole day crying nonstop. So I'm kind of usually too scared to check in on people because I would hate to check and then find out that they're not around anymore. Yeah, Hero Man, Game of Life. Yeah, Game of Life. Very tragic. Who's Ziggy? It's a really long story, but he was a very close friend, very cool guy. I can't get into the story. Well, mostly because one, I don't want to, and two, I feel like it's best if we all do our best to heal, and not bring up things that make us sad every now and then, you know. Okay, no one wants to get in the room. We're gonna go find mothers then. Let's go box of mothers. Don't worry, Ziggy is the only one by God's grace that stays away for a while. Oh, thank you. Thank the Lord Jesus. Well, that's fortunate to know. I'm predicting a new card game or gacha. We'll probably get a new gacha game, yeah, 100%. How's your brother? Oh, my brother's alright. He's okay. He's alright. Booty Tank says, let me get on my modded save. Bro, you're evil. You're evil just for that. This guy's name is No Mercy. I'm about to get cheesed like you'd never believe. It's even like the gamer tag, like leet speak kind of way, with all the text. Lucia Rain says 7 days for what? Ah, the Genkai Damatsuri. And then you're gonna ask, what's the Genkai Damatsuri? Because no one ever pays attention to anything going on.
I do so hope my new power will be to your liking.
And Mumsy, wish her well for me. Oh, I will. Don't worry, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for asking about her. Worst game of 2016 is still bad. What a shocker. Hey, this game is Kino. What are you talking about? This game is peak.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Backflip. Okay, all you need to see is backflip on a preset to know how much cheese you're about to fight. Oh, hey, you can punch from mad far away though. Okay. Hey, his connection can't be that bad. That's not fair. Hey, that's cheating. What? What's the difference between that and mods? What's the difference between that and mods? Okay. He's kicking the router. He is. Look at that, dude. Oh no, he's got lag skip. He's got lag skip. His lag skip is unbeatable. Okay. Dude, where's that connection? Okay, I love the damage on that. That's got such a good damage. Oh. So he's never going to vanish. He's always going to use instant rights. Where's that connection? Bro, he's tapped all the way into the lag. He's tapped all the way into the lag. He's now become one of the lag. The lag is like Sukuna fingers to him. He's just taking more and more. He's just taking more and more of it. Okay. Frieza, where are you going? Is his reaction time that slow? Oh my god, he's not even punishable after that, dude. That doesn't even make sense. Okay. Dude, nothing, like actually nothing connects onto him. That's so tragic. Oh, nothing connects. Okay. Oh, that was the worst part too. I thought I had stamina to vanish that. Bold assumption, he had a wired connection to begin with. I mean, his name is No Mercy. He's obviously a cheeser. No Mercy doesn't mean a guy's going to go all out. It means a guy's just going to cheese you in this game. What if we actually got Xenoverse 3? The chance of getting a Xenoverse 3 is so low, I don't even have it as a thought in my head. So you can't even ask me, because I don't have an answer for that. I just think the chance is so low, I don't have an answer for it. I'll tell you my thoughts on it when they announce it. How about that? You can't go like that, spin back. I mean, if I see him again, I'll just pick a better character, that's it. Because I'm not saying that Frieza's like trash, but he's not like a broken character, you know? There are better characters. Use Jiren or something? Oh yeah, Jiren's a good pick. Does Time Frieza lack Jono abilities? Oh yeah, he can't go back in time. He can't say, nah, that didn't happen. He doesn't have a skill like that. Derek says, this game is kind of ass, but I love it. I know a lot of people feel that way. Don't worry about it, Derek. Let's see. What do we pick now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Metal Cooler. Is that... He's not really... I don't care if he's not good. We'll just pick him anyways. It's not like he's bad. It's just that he doesn't... Like Final Form Cooler is where the cheese is at. Like, by comparison, Final Form Cooler is so good that Metal Cooler isn't even a character. Jacko last seen 2 years ago on a Steed stream? That's a lie. Don't even say that. I've used Jacko in streams. Not recently, I know that, but I've used them on streams. Okay. Leave the rest to me. Hell yeah. We'll leave the rest to you. Wait, is he playing regular Gogeta? Oh, he is. Okay. I just think that's so surprising. Lightspeed JJK. Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to talk about how JJK is finally confirmed Lightspeed, but I don't think that Gojo and Sukuna are confirmed Lightspeed. I think it's just Deborah. Deborah and obviously Deborah's Maharaga. And then Yuji most likely because he's had... Okay, whoever fights Deborah at the end of the series is Lightspeed. But it's not Gojo and Sukuna so far. But, I mean, maybe Gojo and Sukuna can be counted as a part of that. But the wording deliberately says unexplored by mankind. And Gojo and surprisingly Sukuna are both human beings. So they should count in that description. Man, Death Beam is such a broken skill. Do you need to hit someone from really far away and stun them into a combo? Introducing Death Beam! See? That shouldn't have hit him. Oh. Okay, is he gonna limit burst or is he gonna let us get this damage? Oh. Oh, okay. Cool, why did it take you so long to do another attack? Okay, love how Rika just lets Tsurugi punch stuff and it works. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. Bro, he's still got that cheese cooler hitbox. He's still got that cheese cooler hitbox. I was able to punch him from really far away there. Deborah so goated, I love it. Oh yeah, truly. Lightspeed JJK but getting bodied by Big Raga. I thought Gojo and Sukuna were dead. Maybe. Death Beam is how Key Blast Landing should be. It should be a resource. Yeah, it should cost Key. Biggest hope for next week would be a DBS remake. Why? Why would you want to watch the same story again? With better animation. I don't think they'll make the story better, by the way, if they redo it. There's no way they make the story like better if they redo it. I think it'll actually get worse. I'm not saying the current DBS story is good. It's just... That's just the way it is sometimes. Gojo and Sukuna never had a reason to move that fast. I will argue that Gojo and Sukuna would have a reason to move that fast against each other. But the text does say that Deborah doesn't move at light speed because of the effects it would have on his body. But at the same time, Deborah's never tried in a fight before. So the two ways you can argue this is that Deborah's light speed because his curse technique is light speed. And his curse technique is light in general. So, of course, he's light speed. And he just reinforces his body on top of that. But Deborah doesn't try, that's the problem. So you could also say that Gojo and Sukuna are also light speed, because they actually try. Because Deborah's always like fought at like, I'm not even kidding, Deborah probably fights at like 2% max. Because he's never ever thought he would ever lose a fight. But he also doesn't like fighting. So he just instantly kills you and then moves, right? He doesn't have a reason to use 100% of his strength.
Power is building, overflowing.
So you could argue that Gojo and Sukuna can move at light speed, because unlike Deborah, they reinforce their body to allow themselves to move that quick. But it's, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. We'll need to. Okay, if Yuji can move at light speed, Gojo and Sukuna can. But we need to wait and see Yuji first, because Yuji doesn't have a light-based curse technique. So if he's moving at light speed, that means all the top tiers can. It's just that you need to actually give a shit to move at light speed. Like, yeah. Oh. What? His name is what? So many tiers? Wait, do I have the super soul that nerfs me? I think I do. It's kind of hard to tell because Broly's always kind of slow. You know what? I'll be patient. I'll wait like a minute. Damn, that still stunned me from that far away. Oh, he's getting crazy with the XY spam. Buddy, chill. I don't know what my super soul was. It's definitely not the one I normally use on Broly. It's off now, though. How many key cancels? Buddy! Buddy! Probably key canceled more times in this fight than he's taken a shower in a goddamn month. Alright. Why are you block mashing? Like I have a reason to attack you knowing you're invincible 90% of the time. Oh my goodness. Dog, chill. Nah, don't tell him to chill. This game is that serious to him. Don't tell him to chill. Alright. Oof. Oof. That's it for Big Broly. Chat question, Lightspeed JJK or Mark 10 Academia? People are gonna doubt JJK Lightspeed anyways, because that's how everyone like always likes to lowball JJK. So. I was the Gogeta bro, GG's. I didn't think that was actually you. It wasn't me. I haven't faced a Gogeta this stream yet. I have no idea what you're talking about. Chat, I'm pretty sure the only people I fought, chat, was the Namekian and this tryhard guy right now. And then I think it was a Vegeta Blue, right? We haven't faced a Gogeta yet. Oh my god. Might have been a Vegeta, I don't know. Exactly. Alright, let's do... Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can get anyone for this, and then we'll go back to ranked if we don't have anyone. You only did 2 matches? Exactly. It wasn't me. Wait, we get a new DBZ game in 7 days? Not in 7 days are we getting one. We're getting one announced in 7 days. On the top tiers in JJK, Yuta, Yuki, Gojo, and I guess Yuji. There's still a few more, because apparently... Bro, Hakari feels like he shouldn't count for that. I don't even care what anyone says. Hakari feels like he shouldn't count for that. So yeah. It be like that. It be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. Hey, wait a minute. Is he a Skinwalker version of me? Don't tell me you made a level 1 character to just do this. Oh my god, bro. Okay. Level 51 at least. I think Yuji's top tier in Modulo due to being the only one left. I mean, they outright say in Chapter 1 that Yuji is a sorcerer on the same level as Gojo. In Chapter 1. But the problem is, Yuji has to be stronger than Gojo. Because not only does he have Sukuna's potential, which is higher than Gojo's, he also has lived way longer than him. Because Yuji's, you know, his body's weird. So he's literally got infinitely more time to be a better sorcerer than Gojo. If you want to say he hasn't surpassed Gojo, sure, whatever. Gojo has like a bullshit like infinite shield that you can't do anything about. Unless if you know like one of the 3 things in the verse that get through it. But I would say that he like having Sukuna like physicals and all the collective knowledge of his peers, due to the training arc, with the swap training, and then anything he did after the series ended, he's probably better than Gojo. No way you remember of like song. Oh, Young Dro. Is that what that's from? I've been quoting it be like that sometimes in that specific way, and I could never remember why. I was just like, I just remember hearing it like that sometimes. I actually totally forgot that was from Young Dro. You're probably the reason I remember that. You're probably the reason I remember that, man. That's actually insane. Top tiers are Sukuna, Gojo, Tobora, and Yuji. Yeah, if it's the literal highest tier, then it's Sukuna, Gojo, Tobora, and Yuji. Second highest tier would be where Yuta and Kenjaku. Second highest tier is probably just Yuta and Kenjaku, right? I'm gonna exclude Takaba because his ability is like, a gag. It's kind of hard to beat. Yuta and Kenjaku are probably second highest tier. And then third highest tier, feel free to put like anyone you want there. So yeah. Can't wait for this link up. Potentially been 12 years. Yeah, that's nuts, dude. Oh my god. If Yuji is pulling a The Last Jedi, we'll never hear the end of the slander. I hope he's not. I mean, Gege likes to give his characters something to do. Yes, even Megumi. Alright. I know Megumi doesn't do anything in the final arc, but like basically he doesn't do anything, right? But before then, he at least got the rest of the series to do stuff. Gege doesn't like leaving characters with nothing to do. Even Ichiji. You remember Ichiji, the taxi driver guy? He helps in the final battle with Gojo's opening attack. Like, Gege does like giving characters things to do. So, yeah. Have we not linked? I live in Elephant and Castle. Damn, Jesus. Yeah, that's actually shocking by now. I'm trying to think of people who I've met after school ended. I don't think I've physically met up with anyone from school. I've met up with other people from like, other things I've done, but not from school. The closest was when I went back to visit you. I think the only people I talked to was like you and Amy when I visited. So yeah. Yuki would ironically bust Yuta's ass if Ishigori could one-shot Rika. Yeah, Yuki does a lot of physical damage. We don't know where to put Yuki on the physical like scale though. At the very least, I want Yuji to either stop Maru and Tsurugi or talk to Deborah. Yeah, Yuji's in a situation. Okay, before people were like, oh, it'd be so hype if Yuji showed up right now. But now both the fights are so interesting, it would be less hype if Yuji. The only thing that would make it hype is that we see Yuji again. That would be it. But for the most part, it would really suck if Yuji stopped both of these amazing fights right now. Because we have two god tier fights going on right now. So it'd suck a lot if Yuji showed up and was like, hey, time to stop it. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. 7. Do I have Festival Goten? I don't. Let's play him anyways. Right, I don't care. Let's play him anyways. Awesome. Yeah, that's crazy. You must have hated Gaten. Oh, God. I don't even know how to describe it. I would say maybe at the time I hated it, but now I think I don't. I don't think I hate it now. But at the time, I probably did. 6, 7. I hate that you said that. I was hoping I would say that and no one would notice it, but you had to go and ruin it, Molly. So guess what, Molly? We're gonna ban you for that. I'm just kidding. Maharaga got upscaled because of a death vow. Yeah, people are forgetting that Maharaga is only as strong as he is because of the death binding vow. I'm pretty sure Maharaga normally would die to the opening attack if it wasn't for the death binding vow. And I know people like to say, oh, well, we don't know how strong the death binding vow made Maharaga. Okay. Here's a good indication of how strong the death binding vow made Maharaga. Get ready. This is the only evidence we have for how strong he is. The death binding vows in JJK are so powerful, they can turn a guaranteed no matter what one-shot into an ability you can block. The best example is Sukuna's Fuga. And I don't need to say what happens because y'all are smart. If you've read the manga, you're smart. You know what happens. That move is a guaranteed one-shot no matter what. No one in the verse can take it. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to assume that even Gojo can't take it. And it can be blocked if you make a death vow. If you sacrifice your life, you can block it. So Maharaga's getting that much of a buff. Because there's no way base Maharaga can compete with like a Sukuna tier fighter. Like base Maharaga gets like, Gojo was confident he could one-shot Sukuna's version of Maharaga, and that scaled to Gojo. I couldn't even vanish out of that. They did just said, get put in a blender, little bro. I did this, can't believe Gege did Boruto, but good. It's funny because he did Boruto, but without relying on the clout of the part 1 characters to carry it, which is even crazier. It makes Boruto look so much more fraudulent by comparison. It makes Boruto look so fraudulent. I didn't even realize he turned his Kaioken off. Boom. I can't believe he let me hit him with that. Oh. Impulse slash. Wait, people use that? I almost made the mistake of God breaking him. Okay. Come on, Goten. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? All right. Why would I cope about that? What are we coping about? Okay. See, the dramatic aspect of Maru and Tsurugi's fight, depending on the aftermath and what happens with Deborah and Yuka, they could both go down dark paths like Geto and become antagonists. It could happen, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Do, 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 do. I always forget Boruto exists. I genuinely do as well. I don't even know if Boruto's doing anything right now. Like, I only ever hear about Boruto when, like, Boruto or Kawaki do something edgy. And then the fans like to pretend that the fans like to pretend that aura farming is character development. I have no idea. It's so weird. People think character development is when a character goes from smiling to being sad and, like, moping and doing this face all the time. They think that's character development for some reason. Kagurabachi was also crazy. Bro, I can't believe they put world cutting slash in Kagurabachi. That's actually nuts. Kagurabachi was like, nah, let's just reference JJK like crazy. And I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm not gonna lie about the world slash in Kagurabachi and Chihiro being able to react to it does put him at a level where he can like confidently fight. Like I wouldn't say Chihiro beats like Sukuna or anything, but the other guy probably does. I'm saying probably, because again, I don't know everything. Maybe we'll see that the characters aren't actually that fast. You know what I mean? I blame Sasuke for that? What did Sasuke do? Butcher says, well, does someone have a problem with... Does someone have a problem with you watching my stream? Oh, God forbid a friend watches another friend's stream to ask how he's doing. God forbid you have friends and want to connect with them. That's a good point, Butcher. Why would you want to check on how your friend is doing? Just cheese on Xenoverse, bro. Look, see, Butcher, that's why your Xenoverse game be slipping recently. You're wasting your time having friends and connections and job security and your education and all the other stuff. That's not relevant. See, you wasted so many years on that. You should have been trying to perfect your key cancel game, your XY game, and smashing your router on Xenoverse 2. That's where it's at. I've been telling you this since I met you back in Xenoverse 1, Butcher, and you still don't get it. I don't... One day he'll get it. One day he'll understand. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Fuck friends, just key blast stun them to submission. Exactly, dude. Why would you want to connect with anybody or be proud about anything when you can just key cancel in Xenoverse 2 and then therefore pretend you're amazing? Like that's an achievement worth bragging about. I can key cancel. Whoa! Slow down, Buckaroo. That's big. I've always said this, but how do key cancelers feel knowing that a guy who doesn't key cancel is the one who people watch on Xenoverse 2? Doesn't it make them think that maybe players find it more impressive to not rely on that to win matches? Doesn't that think that maybe people think it's higher skill, it's a bit more spectacular to not need that in a match? I always ask this, but they never have a good answer. Buddy, where are you going? All right, I'm just gonna hit him then, I guess. Oh, okay. Cheese maxing? Bro, it's not cheesing, it's skill. Okay. That's a launch day tactic. Wait a minute, maybe this guy's a genuine level 51. That's a launch day tactic. Go Super Saiyan and Evil Explosion, right? That's an actual launch day tactic. I've not seen that. I've not seen that in ages. Like, that's not viable anymore. That's like some prime launch day Xenoverse 2 cheese. Oh, all right. Okay. Ooh, what was that? Reverse launcher? Should have used your transformation to crush his soul. Maybe, but I like using Broly transformation like the proper way. I like being a Broly elitist. Why did the Empress Blast, man? I was stuck in my awkward combo, and he just did a random Empress Blast. Okay. Also, for a Prime Day tactic, it still works way too much. Evil Explosion Super Saiyan? Probably. I would say a lot of people that play the game now don't even know about it. Like, they don't... Like, a lot of people probably don't know Evil Explosion teleports with Super Saiyan. Because you have to think about the amount of people who started the game later. Yes! Ah, not enough. Oh, hey. What was that for? Oh, okay. I feel like this guy has quite a bit of defense, so maybe I just do really low damage. I don't know. I guess I'm not in Super Saiyan yet, right? There we go. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? What's... Are you guys all fighting someone in the chat? What's going on? Oh, Raditz. Raditz is a pretty spooky character. Nice stamina break. Lost Planet 3 went into melee combat that is interesting to see. Man, I miss Lost Planet. Oh, okay. He attacks right away after vanishing. Good to know. Oh my god. Confused as to why Broly is in Lost Planet 3 here. Maybe this is the planet he grew up on. Damn. Okay. Somehow avoided that. Oh man. I need to save my stamina actually, because I don't have enough. Okay. You will be streaming Subway Surfers too? Okay. Your wish is my command. What? Why did that miss? What? How did that not connect? This game is so silly, man. Did you know Wiki scales Kratos to low complex multiversal? Probably. Probably. Like, Kratos is one of those characters that has statements for his power scaling. So, oh. Okay, now we can do it the right way. Boom, look at that. Look how much extra health you get from that, man. It's just worth it. That's the right way. You must have forgot. I'm not your ordinary Xenoverse character. I also have a grab. Give us some insight into Steed. What's a day in the life like, bro? For me, Jesus. A day in the life for me is literally like wake up, exercise, optional, make video, whatever the hell I want to do after that. Sometimes stream. Sometimes the stream isn't optional. So wake up, exercise optional, make video, stream, or make a video for the day after, and then go to sleep. Like, that's pretty much it. Exercise is not optional. No, exercise isn't optional. I believe everyone should exercise, but for me, there's many days where I don't, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to, you know, miss out on time I could be using to try and get my video out any faster, you know. Especially since usually with videos, now more than ever, I feel like I spend more time editing them, but not doing as much on the edits. Just more time in general, just editing it. Special beam cannon. Everyone was wishing me a good night. I see. Kamehame. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Anyways, love the Risk of Rain 2 videos, dude. Oh, hey, I'm glad you like it, Generic. Super dope. Hope you do more. Been obsessed with the game since DLC 3 dropped. Hey, I might do another one since I didn't go all the way to Ultra Instinct there. Boom, 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 boom. You will be streaming Monster Hunter Wilds. Ah, sorry, that message like just disappeared after I read it. I don't even know what you said now. I don't even know what you said now. A man says, "Are you on TikTok too?" No, I don't use TikTok. I get that there's stuff to gain from TikTok, but like, I think if I try to like do any more, my head will explode or I'll like mentally crash. Maybe if I like, oh Jesus, let's not even start talking about ifs, right? If, when, maybe. Let's not be potential, man. Let's just do what we can actually do. Steed will stream Risk of Rain 2. I want to stream it at some point, but yeah. Emmanuel says, I just searched your name on there. Everyone has clips of you fighting on the game. That's sick. Really? What? I'm being serious. I've never even searched my own name on TikTok. I'm so serious about how little I use that. I didn't actually know that. I know one of my Sparking Zero videos got turned into a TikTok before the game came out. One of my Sparking Zero videos before the game, because like, what is this? Okay, I got to play Sparking Zero early, and one of my early like gameplays got turned into a TikTok. But I don't remember anything else past that. Let's see. I do see some of them. Yeah, that's actually wild. Okay, I wasn't expecting there to be any. That's cool. Will you switch to wilds? Why? Midstream? I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. Almighty says, Steed, invite so I can fight you. I normally don't invite people. Hopefully you could just join. The room isn't closed. Hopefully you could just... I know the game servers are really rough, but hopefully you could just join. What? Oh, see ya, Pro. Pro was just telling me something. I was like, okay, bye-bye. When's the DBZ Red Patara video? Don't know when, though. Butch says, maybe I'll start a YouTube channel. Lone note. Yeah, okay. I actually watched a video about Yusuke versus the Bleachverse, and I actually think he might win. I have no idea how strong Yu Yu Hakusho is, but I don't know. Like, I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. But I don't know if I'd say he beats a lot of people from Bleach. Bleach is kind of a pretty strong verse. What would you rate the new Kakarot DLC? I'd probably rate it a 6. Because the last half of it is genuinely a 5. Like, that's 5 points on its own. The end of the DLC is legit 5 points on its own. And then everything before that is like a 1. Is that too harsh? Let me go through it again. the first Diamond DLC, I'm not joking. I think I would rate it I think I would rate the first Diamond DLC like a 3 out of 10. That's the only number that comes to mind. I think I would rate that a genuine 3 out of 10. The second DLC is a 6 out of 10 because the boring parts, or sorry, everything that's not the ending is a 1, and then the ending is 5 points on its own. Also, someone asked me earlier about Monster Hunter. About Title Update 4. I like Title Update 4 for Monster Hunter. I won't lie, I've not been playing as much Monster Hunter as a Monster Hunter Glazer should be playing, but I think it's really, really fun. I like Title Update 4. I do need to do more stuff though. Like I probably haven't done more than half of the event quests in the game. Yeah. Emmanuel says you should do an IRL stream in Japan. Oh yeah, like every other. Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me do an IRL stream in Japan as a black guy, and let's just tell people that my name is like something Somali, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Ichigo's mega cracked he is, yeah. Still can't believe Kakarot has 9 DLCs. It's an offline single player game, bro. How did that happen? To be fair, I think the Kakarot DLCs for the most part are really good. Xeno Coffee donated $2 for Super Chat and said, Breakers 2, hashtag trust the process. Nah, no way we're saying Breakers 2. That's silly. That's actually wild. We're saying Breakers 2. Hello, Xeno Coffee, by the way. But oh my goodness gracious. I'm hoping it's not Breakers 2. They have gaming tournaments there and stuff. That sounds pretty fun. I won't lie, but I mean, I feel like when I was younger, I used to be way better at video games. All of the skill I have in games now feels like it's only from like my days of youth, right? Like I feel like I'm really bad at shooters now. I feel like I used to think I was amazing at Halo, and I was. I feel like I was, but now I feel like I'm so ass at it. It's unreal. Like even if I go back and play Halo 3, I feel like I'm kind of bad at that. So all the games that I can do well at now are just because I really, 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 really like those games, and I just play them. But before I used to be able to just like play anything and be good. That's it. So yeah, what, like muscle memory? Maybe that's it. Oh, DBZ Freaks says, what do you think of the new Dragon Ball game announced that the event will be? My guess, and this has always been my guess is that it's most likely going to be like, you know how we have the Tenkaichi series and the Raging Blast series, and Raging Blast is basically almost the exact same thing as Tenkaichi, just with a different art style and stuff. My opinion is that we'll get a game like that, but for Xenoverse. Because they just finished making a big project like Sparking Zero, so I don't know if they can make another Dragon Ball game that's like a new, unique thing. It's probably going to use assets from an older game, right? So my guess is that the new Dragon Ball game is going to basically... Hey, Almighty Gotcha, go in. My guess is that the game will be something like that. CC2 JJK is the ultimate layup. They can't fumble it. Oh, they won't. CyberConnect 2 is really good at what they do. They won't fumble that. Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've sent a super time machine, as well as I've created supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. Jesus Christ, man. Man, that's funny. Assets from an older game smells like Xenoverse 3. Yeah, like, I'm not saying the new game is going to be Xenoverse 3, because we still need to get Future Saga Chapter 4 before I announce... I don't know if it would make sense to announce Future Saga Chapter 4. Like, we know it's coming, and then just be like, anyways, here's a new game. Like, I feel like people aren't going to just buy the DLC then. They'll just wait for the new game. I don't remember coloring him like this, but now I'm going to play him. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Would you like it if Xenoverse turned comp? It might honestly give Xenoverse more relevance if it turns comp, but I don't think it needs to. I think it would give the game more relevance, and as a YouTuber, I would benefit from it. But from a player standpoint, I think the game probably helps to be more casual. I don't think it should be this casual, Like, so casual that there's just a bunch of brainless playstyles in the game for, like, an easy victory. But, you know, actually, that's a good point. Maybe if Xenoverse had more comp, I think it actually would be better for the game's health overall. Because it's not like you would lose the Parallel Quest or any of the offline stuff. You would just have a better online. Which means they would, like, stuff like key canceling would have to actually be addressed in the game. All of the broken skills in the game would have to also be addressed. Broken super souls, you know, OP characters, weird hitboxes, lag. They'd have to actually do something about that if the game turns comp. So, in hindsight, actually, that's not a bad idea. I think the game turning comp would be better. It would suck for the super casuals, because there are a lot of people who aren't good at Xenoverse 2 that don't cheese, but like the game because it's, like, easy to understand. But if you, I don't want to sound like a dick, but if you really like a game, like, if it's not like, oh, I'm just playing this for a few, like, weeks or a month because I'm bored, and it's like, you really like the game, I feel like you'll do your best to, like, learn it, right? Because there are some games that we buy just to play them for, like, a few weeks to a month. I think a good game is, like, most single-player games. Like, From Software games, right? Like, not to be a dick. I think From Software games are amazing, and you can really just play them at any point. But they're mostly there to just take up your time for, like, a few days, weeks, a month. Lies of P, you know, games like that. Ooh. I almost got you there. What do I have? Dragon Fist? Sure, why not? Is Dragon Fist unvanishable? I don't even remember if it's unvanishable. Because they change it so much. I genuinely don't know what Dragon Fist is. Oh. Okay. Okay. Ooh. I didn't think he was gonna kick me. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Ah! Over here. Burst Kamehameha has the fastest recovery ever, man. I will always love that skill. That skill is just lightning quick. I love Burst Kamehameha. It's such a good skill. The balance patch would make Destinies look small. Oh yeah, bro, if they ever did a balance for Xenoverse, like if they actually addressed everything that was a problem in the game, it'd probably be one of the biggest balance patches in like gaming history. Why is bro swapping Kamehameha colors mid-fight? Aura. To be fair, Goku does blue and red Kamehamehas in GT. Like when he's Super Saiyan 4, he does both blue and red Kamehamehas. Sometimes he does Kamehameha times 10 and it's red, and sometimes it's blue. So it's really just whatever they feel like. To be a competitive game, it would need to have a semblance of balance. Yeah, that's what I mean. If Xenoverse turns comp, it would mean that they have to balance the game. Go ask a Xenoverse tryhard. What would you think if they balanced the game? And see what their response would be, because I promise you it's only going to be fear. I need to swap the... No, okay, let's do two. Let's do one more set, and then we'll swap people out. Because I feel like I've let it be the same set for a while. Goku really just made the Kamehameha red and slapped a number on it. He really did. Burst first beam does like no damage. Times 10 does a ton. No charge. Yeah. Steed versus Death battle statements. Does Yuji even know about the aliens? He 100% does. Because if we're being realistic, Yuji... If Yuji is Gojo and Sukuna's level now, that means he's so fast he's basically invisible. I'm not saying that means that JJK characters are light speed, but I've always thought that JJK characters are not Mark 3 since they are so quick they're invisible for the most part. Like Gojo, Sukuna, most of these characters are so quick they can literally eavesdrop on a conversation and then leave. And you'll never know that they were there. They can just show up in the room, listen to the conversation around like a corner, and then just leave, right? Yuji definitely still keeps up to date on what's going on. He just doesn't care. So, and not to mention, Yuji, Sukuna, Gojo, all of these sorcerers, they know how to suppress their cursed energy, so that way they can do surprise attacks better. Yuta is an example of a character who sucks at that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think Yuji could definitely still hang around people, just that they would never know. Like, for example, the main shot when they're like, oh, we need to find Yuji Itadori. He's literally in public. If he has the same energy or the same power as Gojo and Sukuna, you'd be able to sense him. So the only reason you can't sense him is because he's literally just suppressing it. Yeah, you guys need to remember that Dragon Ball basically invented most shonen. All right, key suppression is a very common thing now in media.
This is Super Saiyan.
This is Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Now we have to find the Destroyer's future map, or we could not make it in time because I'm stupid. Have you watched Sakamoto Days? And if so, what do you think? I have not, but it does sound very interesting. I've heard people say really unfortunate things about where the manga is right now. Like it's not very good right now, apparently. But from everything before that sounds interesting.
Nothing of justice. A machine.
Oh, Goku Black and this guy have unique dialogue. Holy crap. Is that a Frieza? Also, a custom. Oh, that's Frieza. I thought that was a custom Frieza race for a second. I was like, oh shit. I haven't seen anyone use it. Isn't it funny how first one Frieza is better than a custom Frieza race? That's actually scary. Like the only thing a custom Frieza race has over him is like the customizable moveset. Oh, almost. Woo! And now we aura farm. Thank you for giving up your stamina there. I didn't even move a muscle. Oh. Uh-oh. I hesitated. I wanted to do this because Goku Black has like a semi-decent jump attack. Okay. Take this. Depends on when he limit bursts. Depends on if he lives through this. Oh, that. Okay. I guess now we just gotta be patient. Although I have no stamina. Something could happen to me here. The slow ass turning around animation, the panic key cancel that stuns me, and then he doesn't capitalize on it, and then I blatantly do the move in his face after I. That was just too many stupid things at the same time. It was just too funny. Custom Frost Demon still having a consistent stamina break in 2026 is crazy. It'd be like that sometimes. It truly is tragic. Sorry I'm late, wasn't looking at my notifications and been playing the game. Hey, so long as you were having fun, it's okay if you were late, all right? If you weren't having fun, if you're having a bad day and you were late, then I have to ask, why didn't you click on the stream sooner? I'll do my best to show you up. But if you're having a good day, don't worry about it. Butch says, to be honest, I don't think many Dragon Ball fans can really do real comp games. I mean, fair enough, right? How many Dragon Ball fans do you know, like actual Super Dragon Ball fans do you know, that like play fighters, right? I feel like most people who play fighters, I think fighters is good enough as a game to appeal to the general fighting game audience, which is why it's so popular, even when it's not doing anything. Like fighters hasn't had updates for eons, and people still love fighters. So, would CyberConnect 2 JJK game be like Demon Slayer and Storm or All-Star Battle? It's definitely going to be more like Demon Slayer and Storm. That's the way they always do games. So it's 100% just going to be like that. Death Battle, give me Luffy versus Naruto in your life, and my life is yours, bro. If they have Luffy lose that might be like, that might cause like the craziest era of One Piece fans. Wait, what happened? What the hell is who's fighting who? I feel like I'm not paying. Okay. Oh, the Flex Destructive Disc, let's go. Destructive Disc!
Death is a mercy.
Would you like a JJK anthology series like Star Wars, Visions, short stories across the universe? I mean, I wouldn't mind more of JJK, but I probably wouldn't be a... No, I'm going to say no. I would say no. Because even though I would like more stories of JJK, it would mean I have to hear the opinion of more JJK fans. And I don't want to do that. So... Because you're going to have an anthology episode, not have a Gojo cameo or a Yuji cameo, and people are going to start talking about how it's ass. Oh, we didn't get a cameo of the Hype Aura character, so that means the episode was bad. Bro, there were people read like today's JJK chapter and genuinely thought Deborah lost. They were like, oh, Deborah sucks. He has to try against Maharaga. Yeah, newsflash Bozo. Look at the face Gojo makes when he sees Maharaga in his fight. Look at the actual terror on Gojo's face when he sees Maharaga. Everyone has to try fighting Maharaga. And not to mention, Deborah's is the strongest by far. It's by far the strongest. It's stronger than the one Gojo had to fight by a long shot. So I wouldn't want more spin-offs of JJK, because that means I'd have to hear more JJK fan opinions. And JJK fans, I'm gonna be real, I think JJK fans are dumber than Dragon Ball fans. For the longest time, it's been kind of hard to decide, but I have to say, with how much less time JJK has existed, the fan base has shockingly shown infinitely more moments of low intelligence than Dragon Ball fans have in like the 30 plus years, right? Like JJK has only existed for like 7 years, nearly 8 now. Dragon Ball's been around for like 30 plus years, and JJK fans are somehow still this stupid. So I think JJK fans are dumber than Dragon Ball fans. Like the average JJK fan, not like, oh, every single JJK fan, like the average. So what's the best place to message me on? Anything you can message me on. I wouldn't mind. I'll be honest, I'm really bad at responding to messages regardless, but I do check Facebook every now and then. So if you want to message me there, but the profile that I have not updated for eons, if you want to message me there, then I will see it. So Maharaga is not free. It's a big problem. Yeah, people like to act like Maharaga is free just because Gojo and Sukuna are stronger in it, but they both try against Maharaga. Like, are we going to say Sukuna having to use a domain expansion on Maharaga isn't trying? Or Gojo having to use his strongest move on Maharaga isn't trying? Maharaga's not free. It's a big problem. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got the message. Yeah, I got the message, Emmanuel. Thank you for that. I will message you back. There you go. You could just message me like through text. That works too. I totally forgot about that. Those are the ones I'll probably see the easiest. So, in Gojo's case, he likely heard the stories of Maharaga as a kid, so him being scared at that moment makes sense. Yeah, it's fine to be scared of Maharaga. That's like, if anything, that's the normal reaction. But oh, I should probably reset the room, right? I think Twister just joined, so I'll let him stay for a bit. But I do need to reset the room. So if it was Maharaga alone, Gojo would have one-shot it. Oh yeah, 100%, because Gojo knows how to fight Maharaga. Dabura didn't. Like, even now, Dabura's plan of beating Maharaga to death physically, like, how do you do that? He would have to, okay, because consistently in the manga, Maharaga has always adapted literally after the first hit. Only in the anime does it take a bit for him to adapt. So unless if he's working on anime scaling all of a sudden, killing him in one punch, it'd have to be one punch. It can't be two punches. It have to be one. Unless if the plan is to kill him with physical force before, because you could kill him before the wheel finishes spinning, right? It makes like that noise as it starts, and it could be like mid-spin, but if you kill him as it's mid-spin, it probably just doesn't finish, right? And you just win. So I'm curious how Dabura is going to do it, because his curse technique doesn't work anymore on Maharaga. So he's going to be the first person to physically beat Maharaga to death, and JJK fans are still going to call him a bum just because he struggled with it. Gojo and Sukuna would not be able to, well, Sukuna probably could beat it to death physically, but Gojo, I don't know if he can. And they're still going to call him a bum. To be fair, Maharaga seems instant in the manga because of paneling. It's likely not that, yeah, it's not that fast, but it's usually after the first hit. Like, Sukuna cuts Maharaga in the manga, and it takes a bit before the wheel spins. Dabura hits him with the light beams and aura forms, and then the wheel spins. Like, it's not instant, but it's usually like in a few seconds. But if Dabura is moving at the speed of light, a few seconds is literally infinite time to beat Maharaga to death. So, yep. Dabura doesn't have a domain expansion. To our knowledge, he doesn't have a domain expansion, reverse curse technique, simple domain. He's missing a lot of stuff, so maybe he'll get it now that he's being a real fighter. Maybe he'll use a domain expansion to kill Maharaga. Who knows? But so far, he is a sorcerer that is very lacking in his kit. Mostly because, again, he's not a fighter. You have to be a fighter to know these things. So still, him being Gojo and Sukuna's tier without knowing all of that stuff is pretty impressive. Oh yeah, Gojo does have blue infused punches. Yeah, I forgot. He does aid his punches with blue, so yeah, that's a good point. He probably could punch Maharaga to death. Yuji's the final boss. Yuji's definitely the final boss in terms of stats. So yeah. Have you tried turning the wheel the other way? He might deadass do that. Deborah, no, Takaba probably could, but Deborah, if Deborah did that, it'd be funny. I firmly believe DBV plus Maharaga would solo Prime Sukuna. DBV. Oh, Death Binding Vow plus Maharaga? I don't know, because Sukuna knows how to fight Maharaga. That's the problem. I will say, though, the Maharaga does start strong enough. Like, the Death Binding Vows are stupid, dude. Because I guarantee... No, but here's probably the issue. There are so many things... There's so many reasons as to why Deborah didn't kill him right away. I'm going to go through some of the reasons that I personally believe. One, Deborah is not a fighter. He doesn't care about, you know, totally annihilating his opponents. He's just going to do what he thinks he needs to do for enough damage to win. He knows he's fighting Yuka, and he knows the thing that she did was definitely a summoning ritual to summon a different guy. So, you know, it's fine. But then he also knows that Maharaga is technically a person. By his racist standards, Maharaga is a person. Or like a being that his people respect. So he's not going to go apeshit on Maharaga. Because Maharaga might be sentient life, and he wouldn't want to do that to another sentient being, right? He wouldn't want to go too crazy on another sentient being. So he's not going to go for the immediate, like, fuck you, instant kill. Where he just turns your whole body to, like, dust. 3, he doesn't know how Maharaga's ability works, because if he did, then option 1 and 2 would have been solved by that alone. And I don't know if there's a 4th option, if there's a 4th reason. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons why he just didn't one-shot Maharaga. Because 1, he's not a fighter. 2, he doesn't know. And 3, his people might respect Maharaga as sentient life. Therefore, it'd be weird if he went all out on it. Sukuna didn't know what Maharaga's ability was either, but Sukuna's a maniac. So he would quickly go, oh, I know what that is. And Gojo, who does know what Maharaga's ability is the only person who saw it and said, oh, I'm going to one-shot it. Gojo's the only person who knows what the ability is. And he immediately said, I'm one-shotting it. So I think a Death Binding Vow only really helps Maharaga if you still don't know what his ability is. Because it gives him a higher starting point, right? Who knows? Maybe it even helps him adapt faster, right? Because I mean, it's a Binding Vow to just make him stronger in general, right? So it could do anything. That move has really long end lag. I actually did not remember that. Okay. Boom. Boom. This last hit doesn't even do that much damage. I probably should have just did a more damaging combo. I didn't use that the whole fight, so I had to bring it out at some point. Deborah's not a fighter, and they have much greater use of their abilities than Deborah, yeah. He's on Sukuna and Gojo's level for sure, but they win that fight every time. Oh yeah, Gojo and Sukuna definitely beat Deborah like crazy every time. Maybe Fighter Deborah will show better stats. Well, no, his stats are good enough. He just doesn't care, and he doesn't have a lot of the techniques. That's it. I think Death Vow Maharaga probably beats 15 Finger Sukuna, but I don't think he beats Gojo or True Form Sukuna. Or no, he doesn't beat Gojo or 20 Finger Sukuna in general, actually. I'm not debating Deborah versus Gojo or Sukuna until we see his full bag. Yeah, that's the issue. We can't debate those fights. Because, yeah, no, we just can't debate those fights. Because even if you want to be like, oh, well, he doesn't have as many techniques as them, you could argue that, well, no one has ever, according to the narration, mankind has not reached light speed, other than Deborah. Which means Gojo and Sukuna wouldn't be light speed. So you could say, oh, speed blitz. Speed blitz, the versus battle community's favorite word of all time, speed blitz. Right? We'll just have to wait and see more of what Deborah can do. Here's an interesting question. Do we think the twin thing works the same for Sumerians as it does for humans? Would Cross dying and Maru's techniques will weaken it? I'm pretty sure Cross being on his deathbed is why Maru is so strong right now, right? So I'm pretty sure if he did actually die, Maru would get even stronger. But Steed v Aura, so true.
again.
Oh yeah, he does have a black box in his technique name. Yeah, his technique definitely has a crazy aspect to it. Because Fuga was also crazy. I'm not gonna lie, if you think about it technically, Fuga is just like a fire. It's a flame-based projectile attack. And it might not even actually be fire. It might just visually be represented as fire. It might not actually be fire. The same way how we can have ki blasts that look like certain things, but they're not actually those things, you know? So who knows what the black box for Deborah's curse technique actually is. But Fuga was weird, because the Fuga that everyone knows is the binding vow as fuck version of Fuga. We don't know what the actual technique is supposed to be. That's the problem. Steve, what the hell are you talking about? We're talking about Naruto. If you don't know the series, that might be why all of these buzzwords are going over your head. The Fuga against Jogo is the real one. That's what I think. I think the Fuga against Jogo is the real one. But Sukuna is such a fucking weirdo that it's really hard to... You know what? For the sake of making sense, it probably is the real one. But at the same time, the way it's explained makes you think that there's supposed to be more to it, and we didn't really get to see that much of it. Like, when it's finally actually explained, there's so much going into it. And all of the things going into it aren't even just based on the binding vow with the domain expansion. There's just a lot going into it in general. So, it makes me wonder if the one against Jogo is just turn off the binding vow and just do it normally, or if it's reduce the amount of binding vows and do a different version of it. We'll Goku Black again, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Speed is equalized, unequalized, starting distance, diff, both 1C in striking strength. Those are the most common phrases you hear in the Versus Wiki. Yeah. I'm equating base Fuga to Gojo's Red. Well, Gojo's Red did not one-shot Jogo, so that would be not the right place to put it, I'm afraid. You could say, oh, well, Gojo wasn't sweating, or it wasn't like a serious red. He didn't hit him with the actual projectile itself. Maybe, but I think if a Fuga strayed Jogo, he would still die, based on it. Again, Jogo's the cursed spirit of fire, and he got literally burnt to a crisp. So... The fuck? Okay. So Jogo still had like resistance to Fuga and got one shot. I don't think Red does that much damage. The main issue with Fuga is definitely just that it's a nightmare to land. It's definitely a stupidly hard move to connect. Because Sukuna would have used a base Fuga on Gojo if he could. But the projectile probably isn't that quick. It's probably fast if you're Jogo, but if you're like Gojo and Sukuna, it's probably dodgeable. Doesn't make sense, literally fighting fire with fire. I mean, on the contrary, I think if you put lava on top of fire, the fire would cease to exist because the lava is just way hotter and just out-prioritizes it, right? Does lava have fire sitting on top of it? Like in video games? I haven't seen real lava, so I have to ask. I've never watched a documentary on like volcanoes or anything. But from my knowledge, all of the lava I've seen is that regular lava is like just molten material. It's not like burning gases or anything like that, right? If you just, you know... I feel like, oh, for example, here's a good one. If you put the sun right next to a regular ball of fire, I'm pretty sure the ball of fire would just get completely consumed, right? So you can equate Fuga to that. But yeah, Red definitely doesn't do as much damage as Fuga. Fuga definitely does way more damage. And knowing Sukuna too, he probably held the fuck back out of that Fuga that he used on Jogo. Because he's a maniac. Dum, dum, dum. Red does damage, it just got brought up. Yeah, now I'm not saying Red doesn't do any damage, I'm just saying that it doesn't do as much damage as Fuga. You gotta remember, Red can one-shot Maharaga because Gojo wanted it to. It didn't one-shot Jogo because Gojo didn't want it to. That's actually an extremely fair point, yeah. I'm gonna say though, with Binding Vows, it probably one-shots Maharaga. No, actually, I'm gonna be real. it probably does one-shot base Mahoraga without banding Vaz, but you have to remember that Sukuna's Mahoraga was like adapting to Gojo, not just his infinity, but his speed and strength. That's why Gojo puts up such like a poor display against Mahoraga, but he beats the fuck out of Vegito, because the Mahoraga is as fast as Sukuna. No, it's as fast as Gojo, and can also just, like, it can pick him up, it can just grab him, you know? Gojo's best option against Mahoraga, I think the whole fight, was genuinely pushing him over, because Mahoraga was adapting to his speed and strength as well. Hello. Sometimes it's about the aura form. You have to remember Gojo's output was dropping. Yeah. Fair enough. Since we're talking about late manga spoilers, how the fuck did Sukuna survive the hollow purple nuke? I think you just have to say he's that tanky. I think you just have to say he's that tanky, because if we're being completely honest, Sukuna did not take that much damage the whole fight. Like, I'm not saying, oh, Gojo's a bum and he barely hurts him. He didn't take that much damage. Considering they both regenerate, he didn't take that much damage. I could have grabbed him. I was aura farming. I could have just grabbed him. The hollow purple nuke, yeah, he's just tanky. I think him surviving the hollow purple nuke is just him being tanky. Vegito? Did I say Vegito? Instead of Gojo? My bad if I did. Because even if you don't want to say that Sukuna is tanky, Gojo spends most of the fight taking Malevolent Shrine and a bunch of other really ridiculous attacks. And the worst Sukuna gets is like a punch to like a deep punch in his chest. That maybe like it causes blood to pour from his chest, so it must have been like an internal. It must have broke through the sternum, and maybe because it's like really high up, so it probably broke through his sternum, which he obviously healed off. And he takes a black flash, and then a red to his back, and like that's it. He doesn't take that much damage the whole fight. So if we're being real, Sukuna probably had hella resources to survive that with, compared to Gojo, who burnt a shit ton of energy. The whole fight. His true form also took a weaker hollow purple later, so he just texts that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sukuna's just really fucking tanky. And it makes sense, because if you combine Yuji's physicals with Sukuna's experience, Sukuna's physicals are probably higher than Yuji's, by the way. But if you combine that, he has Yuji's like level of like nonsense resistance, plus Sukuna's mastery of cursed energy and all that shit, it'd be like, yeah, you know, yeah, he probably could tank that. I'm gonna be real though, he was right next to it. He did take massive damage. I mean, look at the situation he's in. But when he's that close to it, you think he would have taken more damage. Because he was worried about it when he wasn't next to it. So him getting closer to it and then it blowing up should have been like kind of crazy. I come to the stream just to hear Anka Geek and Glaze JJK. It be like that sometimes. It really do. Gojo's likely infusing his punches with blue. Oh yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, like that's not more damage than a Malevolent Shrine. Sukuna was getting hit. Don't get me wrong, he got hit a lot, but he didn't get hit by like a lot of crazy shit. So yeah, the only reason Sukuna would even beat... Oh boy, here we go. Oh, here we go. The only reason why Sukuna would even win is the World Cutting Slash. Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy. Okay, so what do we debunk this with? Do we debunk this with the character openly admitted that wasn't the case? Or do we debunk this with the fact that if Sukuna starts off in his true form, he literally would never lose a hands-to-hands clash. And the hands-to-hands clash is the only aspect he's weaker than Gojo in. Which one do we debunk this with? Do we debunk this with Gojo said so? Or do we debunk this with the evidence that true form Sukuna is a demon? Hands to hand. I'm trying to rage bait. Oh, okay. I didn't read the name. I just read the text and I was like, oh boy, we've got to that point of the debate. Would Sukuna beat Madara? I would assume no JJK character beats a Naruto character. Naruto, again, I don't know anything about Naruto, but Naruto is pretty high scale. So I would assume no JJK character beats a Naruto character. If it was Gojo versus Yuji Sukuna instead of Megumi Sukuna, I think Yuji Sukuna, I'm gonna be real, I think Yuji Sukuna would be more of a problem, because not only would he be in Yuji's fucking body, which is a demonic body, he would just fight more seriously to compensate for the fact that he has less stuff in his kit. I mean, okay, I think a lot of people forget this, but there's a part where Gojo openly says Sukuna could be fighting way more aggressively using the rest of his shadows to combine with his attacks, but he's not doing that. And it's not like he can't not do that. So, you know? Yep. Four-armed Sukuna couldn't even beat a 15-year-old Yuji in hand-to-hand. Where is this hype coming from? I think you need to remember that four-armed Sukuna was grave. Well, okay, if we're talking about regenerated Sukuna at the end, he got hit by massive spoiler and soul dismantle back-to-back. That's gonna drop his stats like crazy. He got no time to regenerate after that, right? He gets hit with massive spoiler, soul dismantle, domain expansion version, so it's stronger than the regular one, and the regular one already made him think he was gonna get two-shotted. And then Yuji knees him in the face directly after that. And then how long does the fight even last after that? It's a few punches, then Yuji finishes him off at the end. I don't think he regenerated Sukuna, like full power regenerated Sukuna doesn't really get to fight Yuji for very long. To really show his shit. In like hand to hand. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I think Yuji's physicals are like awakened Yuji's physicals. Look, I'm a Yuji Glazer above all else. I think awakened Yuji's physicals are way better than Gojo's. I'm not kidding when I say this. I'm not joking when I say this. I am not kidding at all. The only reason why Yuji was able to, or the only reason why Sukuna even took damage is because he was weakened for the most part. They say this on repeat multiple times. I think awakened Yuji is physically stronger than Gojo by a long shot. The only issue is that both Yuji and Sukuna are both weakened. So we'll never get to know what a real fight between both of them at full power is going to look like. So, yeah. He also climbed a ladder. Yeah, Sukuna can climb a ladder. Can anyone else climb that ladder? Well, actually, I think Yuji did as well. But to be fair, Yuji wasn't taking as much damage from it, so Yuji's not as evil as Sukuna, so yeah. So yeah. And Sukuna, yeah, Sukuna's only aspect I think he was weaker than Gojo in was hand to hand. Even if you want to say Sukuna's skill or stats don't improve, which would be a lie because Gojo openly says Miguel being fucking black somehow makes him better. Miguel corrects him, obviously, but Gojo's not lying. Having, you know, more physical strength would make it easier to use and control sorceries, right? I mean, there's a reason why Gojo works out. There's a reason why he even suggests Yuta should work out as well, right? So having better physicality, I'm not gonna lie, Sukuna being out of Yuji's body for like a month inside of a much weaker nigga's body, that's whatever, that's a different kind of one. Even if we were gonna say that Sukuna stats don't improve somehow, having 2 extra arms to block attacks and do punches is crazy broken. That's crazy broken. Especially because we know Sukuna's not a regular human being. He can coordinate 4 arms, right? He's not going to be like us where if we got 2 extra arms, we would be fucking shocked and confused. He's lived his whole life like that. So I think even if he just had 1 extra arm, let alone 2 extra arms to block more punches, he would do way better. And I want to point out, Sukuna shows how broken having 4 arms is because against Kashimo, he literally uses 2 arms to hold Kashimo's 2 other arms. And then he uses the 2 other arms to just box him non-stop. I'm not saying he just does that to Gojo and Gojo just dies right away. But it's a really good strategy. So, yeah, it's a really good tool. It's a really good move, you know? And also because Sukuna always uses hand signs. When he has 4 arms, he always uses hand signs. So if he's fighting Gojo for real and he's got 4 arms, he's going to use hand signs. He can spare the 2 extra arms to use hand signs, whether it be to, I don't know, cast a better dismantle or a stronger malevolent shrine. I don't fucking know. Maybe there's a 4-armed version of malevolent shrine that we never got to see, right? Maybe there's a four-armed shrine hand sign we never got to see. Because the one-handed hand sign is just, oh, hey, it's really convenient. And also probably binding vows. But yeah, Kashimo upscale. The anime is definitely going to upscale Kashimo. The anime is definitely going to upscale Kashimo. So yeah. Malevolent Cathedral. Yeah. The craziest thing about these hypotheticals, no one mentions Gojo adapting and only mentions Sukuna. Yeah, Gojo can get better during the course of a fight, but trying to adapt to 2 extra arms, it would just be fighting harder. That would be it. Like, you can't really adapt to that without just fighting harder or playing better, you know? I'm not saying Gojo can't adapt. Gojo definitely gets better. For example, the part when they're in a stalemate and they can't use domains, Gojo's the first person to land a good hit with his reversal red black flash. Gojo's not a bad fight. He's crazy good. But, you know, his options are just worse than Sukuna's. So... Doesn't matter, Uncle Steed. Reigen solos? That's a good point. Reigen's just going to be like, Mobu. Obviously, Reigen tells Mob to do it because there's no reason for Reigen to do it himself because he's the strongest. Duh. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's address the elephant in the room. I don't think we're going to get any more people, so we'll just start now. Dum, dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum. Sukuna is Kevin 11, a mutant? He basically is a mutant, bro. Also, I mean, I'm not saying Sukuna can change his physicality that much, but Sukuna 100% made his weird eye on the side of his head bigger to compensate for missing other eyes on his head, right? Because people thought at first Gege was tweaking, but that's definitely intentional, that Sukuna's eye is getting bigger to compensate for the fact that he's missing one that would be able to see that side for him, right? So, I'm not saying that Sukuna could change his physicality a whole bunch, but it would be really hard to hit him with a reversal red that comes from behind if he had 4 fucking eyes and 2 massive ones on one side that genuinely can look behind him. So, like, I don't know, there's a lot of animals in nature that can almost see behind themselves just because their eyes are far apart. I'm not saying Sukuna can 100% see behind himself, but those eyes on that side of his head are so big, they would be able to see a good chunk of behind him. Not to mention he can literally just expand them, so yeah. I'm playing Orange Piccolo, so now I have to cowardly fight on the ground. So I can spam demonic destruction. I also think Steed can make mad bank posting his rants. Maybe. Maybe if I post them to like TikTok or some shit. Right? Now, how much money do you even make on TikTok? Probably probably nothing. I never hear about TikTok creators making money. It's always YouTube shorts or some shit. And even then, you have to make tons of YouTube shorts, so... Who knows? What the hell are we doing right now, dude? How is he taking damage? He's like staggering, but... This is so fucking dumb. By the way, I want to point out, you can tell that they didn't give a shit about key cancels as a mechanic in this game. Not only because key cancel and key stuns exist, but because when you reflect key cancels, there's not even a sound effect for it. Like, Tenkaichi 3 has a very distinct sound effect for you reflecting key blasts in that game. And Xenoverse was obviously inspired by Tenkaichi 3, Budokai 3. All of these games had really... Oh, his back hit is a... Oh, his back hit breaks counters. I didn't think about that. It's a key blast. That's actually insane. Are we on the ground? Let me see if I can... Ah, yes. We successfully baited. Successfully baited. Oh, alright. Okay. There you go. Oh. Successfully baited. Bro, Orange Piccolo is actually a fraud. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me the floor or I retire. He's actually a bum. He needs the ground. Orange Piccolo is not good until you have the ground. When he has the ground, he becomes broken. When he doesn't have the ground, fraud. He actually can't do anything. Talking about Sukuna makes me realize that full potential Mahito would be mad busted. Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, full potential anyone would be mad busted, but yeah. I get what you mean. Mahito specifically, yeah. Piccolo streets here because he needs the grounds to be a good character. Yeah. True. Start with the one versus Wiki rant. You'll make bank. Which? I don't even. I ranked about versus Wiki so much. I don't even know which one. Hello, Gohan. I will now suspiciously go towards the ground. Oh, you need your stamina back. My apologies. My apologies. Hey, come to the ground. Your stamina. Yeah, your stamina's waiting for you on the ground. If he tries to hit me with a charge key blast, I swear, bro. Try to keep you waiting. Yeah, I'm ready. If you want, you can get your full stamina back. I don't mind. He's giving me more ki. So now, when I use Demonic Destruction, it's going to go even crazier. Totally forgot what that move does. Okay, so never mind. I'm just dead instead. Actually, I don't know if his health was low enough for this. No, it's Beast Gohan. He might. No. Okay. To be fair, my Super Soul also does damage reduction, so yay. I just forgot that Speed Break was a move in this game, and my apologies. Okay. We're at the ground now. We're at the ground. Ooh. Okay. Oh, he's not close enough. Yes, he is. The ground, dude. When Piccolo has the ground, he's king. When he has the ground, he's king. He needs the ground. The second Piccolo has the dance floor, easy victory for him. Twister didn't know this game had the Festival Beast Gohan until now. Oh, yeah, well, now you know it. The storm and the sparking is more or less just a slideshow again, with some mocap scenes sprinkled inside. Yeah, it's not really the greatest. He has the low ground, truly. It's the stream where I showed you Asura lost to Deku and Yuta won against Yuji. Bro, I've always been a Yuji beats Yuta glazer. I think specifically, if we're going to be completely honest, I think Shinjuku base Yuji, not even Awakened Yuji. I think Shinjuku base Yuji genuinely beats Yuta. It would be extreme diff. Because domain expansion. But I think he beats Yuta genuinely. Awakened Yuji, he just murders Yuta. Like, no questions asked. I want to remind you that a very key example too about this is that base Shinjuku Yuji is like, let me think. Base Shinjuku Yuji is faster than Yuta. He's obviously stronger than Yuta. That's pretty much it. If Yuta ever goes for a simple domain or domain expansion, he could just ignore it over simple domain, right? Let me see. If it's Yuki, she's cracked. I mean, we have no idea how physically strong Yuki is, though. That's the problem. Because the only person she fights is Kenjaku, so... So, yeah. I'm a Yuji Glazer to always for Yuta beats Yuji because he has more CE, more versatility. I can always fall back on Rika's 5-minute buff. I think Yuji outlasts the 5-minute buff. I'm being serious. We know for a fact Yuta is slower than Yuji because in Yuta's domain, they're running at the same speed. And domains give you an amp so big that, let me think. I know there was a really good example of domain amps. Like how big a domain amp size can be. Oh, shit. Oh, there's multiple actually. Domain amps are so big that Megumi goes from a complete victim to the finger bearer to... You saw how that fight ended. It doesn't matter that he gets more summons, right? He just performs better. His stats are higher, his attack is higher, things get spawned in quicker, he becomes faster, etc., right? There's a lot of benefits that come with doing a domain. Also, Awakened Yuji can't touch like full power Sukuna, And then when he uses his domain, Sukuna has to fight him. He can't just, you know, he can't just cower out and run away from him anymore. He has to actually like face him down. Also, he's just physically stronger than Sukuna in the domain as well. 7 days left. No, you're mistaken, Teed. November ended months ago. This guy, this dude thinks he's funny. Yeah, Yuta winning off of distance doesn't make any fucking sense. That's not even... I think Yuta wins on cursed energy and on abilities. If he does beat Yuji, it's on cursed energy and abilities, not distance. That's stupid. Even when Yuta's described to have sloppy cursed energy, right? He basically needs Rika's infinite reserves, otherwise he'll actually run out in a real fight. Against like a real top tier opponent. Here's a good example. Yuta without Rika, despite having massive cursed energy, without Rika, runs out of cursed energy fighting the Cockroach and Uro and Ryu. And I'm not going to say that they're baby shit, but they're not top tier. I think we can all agree that they're not like the highest tier, right? He runs out of cursed energy fighting them without Rika. Like he outright says, oh, my cursed energy is kind of low. Okay, Rika, let's... I might need to reread that. I don't know what the exact wording was, but he does run low on cursed energy in that fight. And it was just the Cockroach and those two. Not Sukuna, not Yuji. So... yeah. Oh, my eyes. Owie. They are really strong. Yeah, no, they're strong. I'm not saying that they're weak, but like... You know? You know? So... actually, wait, the starting distance mean Yuji can't spam his left-right good night? Obviously, yeah, but I don't think... Like, Yuta's not exactly proficient when it comes to ranged attacks either. Like, okay, Rika's love beam, the Shikigami he copies from the bald nigger, or the old man, I don't even remember his name. How many other projectile attacks? He doesn't have that many. So, Yuta would still need to get close, because he likes... He's better as a close-up fighter. The two ways we see him fight are with gauntlets and with a sword. So... I don't know how starting distance actually helps him win that. So, yeah. Yuta in Gojo's body. I think Yuta... I'm gonna be real. I think Yuta in Gojo's body is actually weaker than regular Yuta. At least based on the performance he shows, he has to be weaker than regular Yuta because he's just not used to it. Like with the soul swap training, especially, he's just not used to it. I think because he doesn't perform very good at all when he swaps with Gojo. Like a good example is Gojo and Yuta train with the soul swaps, right? And we get to see the moment of Yuta's facial expressions inside Gojo's body and Gojo's facial expressions in Yuta's body. And the training room is full of battle damage because they've obviously been fighting hard. But Gojo and Yuta's body looks fine. So Yuta in Gojo's body can't even beat Gojo in his own body. You know? So he doesn't gain too much out of it. I think the only reason he would want to swap with Gojo's body is to have the broken abilities, because stat-wise, he kind of performs pretty shit. You know? Like, he genuinely does worse in Gojo's body than he does solo. Like with Rika. Like, the only reason he'd want to swap with Gojo in a real fight is to get the broken powers like Infinity and Infinite Void. Because I think he's actually worse. So... I don't think even the abilities carried. Pissed off Rika would have done better. Yeah, he does pretty bad. Like fighting wise, he's kind of horrible in Gojo's body. I mean, it goes to show that Sukuna's the only person who can really do outer body. Sukuna, Gojo, and probably Yuji, because you know Sukuna's potential. They're probably the only people who can do good with outer body experiences. Um. I guess bro should have been practicing back shots instead. What the f... Alright. I think we've slightly lost the plot. Shinjuku Yuta was used. I don't know why the starting distance would matter. It would only matter for Love Beam. But how fast is Love Beam supposed to be? The only two people that get hit by it is like a Death Val Kenjaku. No, Death Val Geto survives Love Beam. And his physicals are definitely worse than Yuji. And Ryo, his stupid Granite Blast clashes with a real Love Beam. So Love Beam, I'm not saying Love Beam is weak. It's just not the super insane like wank move that people think it is.
Sorry, I don't fight.
And that's his best projectile, right? Unless I don't think he's got better projectiles than that. How fast is Love Beam? I'm gonna assume Love Beam is like Yusa's Hollow Purple and Sukuna's Fuga, where it's fast enough to only really work on targets who are unaware or who are willing to stand still because they think they can beam clash it. I'm not saying it's weak. It's probably just got the same issue as Hollow Purple and Fuga, where the attack is slow if you're a top tier. Right? Like, a good example is, for Goku, this move would be Spirit Bomb. Imagine if Goku could make Spirit Bomb ready right away. It would still be a slow ball, you know? If he can make a Super Spirit Bomb right away in place, like Hollow Purple and Fuga and Love Beam, it would still just be a very slow projectile. So, I think that's the main issue with the ultimate attacks in JJK. They're basically like Spirit Bomb. They're not like Final Flash, but Final Flash you can just shit out in a moment. Like Vegeta can still charge it, but you can just also shit out in a moment. So, yeah. Ooh. Okay. I do not know where bro is going, but it seems like it's hell. He might die even with the Super Solo. Oh, that's crazy defense. Okay. That Super Solo is crazy. Aizen versus Madara. I genuinely believe Aizen is stronger than Madara and his abilities are better, but I don't know what the Sharingan and the Rinnegan does, and they'll have like a billion abilities in them. So, and I don't even know what being the Sage of Six Paths does, because all Naruto does with it is make magical orbs just hit you. So I have no idea how strong that is either. If it makes you feel better, they think a 15-finger Sukuna would lose to Sun-Breathing Tanjiro. Well, obviously, Sukuna is a Tanjiro victim, didn't you know? Crack. Actual weed. Because my main issue with people putting Sukuna up against people who don't regenerate is that he literally kills them before it even becomes a real fight. Because Sukuna is a madman who sends out slashes 24/7, and he never has to direct the slashes with his hands. He can just do that. And if he hits you in an important place, like, you know, your eye, you know, he cuts off maybe a finger or something so it's harder for you to wield your sword, hits you in an artery, you're just cooked because you can't heal. So I think that's all. I think people forget that Sukuna's slashes aren't like a fucking Kamehameha. It's not like a big move that he needs to direct that does a lot of damage. It's a high damage move he can spam non-stop the whole fight. So, yeah. Is Sharingan really above the Almighty because your watch can't see through Kyoka Sugetsu? I have no idea. I have no idea. I just... Look how far the range on that hitbox is, dude. I've been waiting for this. His final defiant effort. Like Wamuu, I let that shit hit me knowing it's not going to do anything. Bro came in hot. Dog, are you good? Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. That might be it for your boy. Oh, it looks like it's it for your boy, Mox. I'm sorry, Mox. Boom. Is that it? No, there's... What the okay. Where is this guy? What are you do? Wait. How did you... Oh, that guy revived his teammates. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that's what good teammates do. Well, now what? I just keep fighting until I run out of health? Sure, I guess. Oh. Look at me dropping a very easy combo. Buddha Buddha boom. Ouch. Uh-oh. Ouch. Okay. I didn't even see those move. Those just lagged into me.
I'm sorry.
I think Yuji might have surpassed Yuta by modulo due to being alive longer, but I think both are alive. Yuta was generally more powerful. They straight up say in chapter 1 of modulo, Gojo and Yuji, Gojo Satoru and Yuji Itadori, do we even have a legendary sorceress like that anymore? They didn't say Yuta. I know people have a really hard time accepting this, but Yuji is, he became stronger than Yuta, alright? Whether it be after Shinjuku, or 10 years after Shinjuku, or because Yuta died, who the fuck knows, but he became stronger than him. So, yeah, they straight up say in chapter 1 of modulo that Yuji and Gojo are legendary sorcerers. They don't put anyone else on that level. What's happening in 7 days? People really don't know about the Genkai Damatsuri. You know what? How about this? If you just forget about the 7 days and promise you'll stay surprised when you upload my video called Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 announcement trailer, like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 reveal trailer, then that would be cool. Thank you. When my upload in 7 days is Dragon Ball Super 2 announcement trailer or Dragon Ball Super 2 reveal trailer, promise me you'll still be surprised. Boom, boom, boom. Kyoku Sugetsu. Yeah, Kyoku Sugetsu is just a really good ass ability. It's so funny when people think Toji is stronger than Maki just because he has more experience. I hate people that think Toji is stronger than Maki, dude. I feel like most people who upscale Maki are just doing it to glaze Toji. Like, not to be like a piece of shit to Maki fans, but I feel like most people who glaze Maki are doing it to glaze Toji. Like, there are people who genuinely think Awakened Yuji is weaker than Maki. Like, if Maki was to fight Awakened Yuji, she would beat his ass. I don't even think she beats Shinjuku, like base Shinjuku Yuji, by the way. Let alone Awakened Yuji. Are you high? Anyone who says Toji greater than Maki, I'm not saying that they're a sexist. I'm just saying that they're a Toji glazer. I would say it's more likely that they're a Toji glazer than being sexist. What the hell is this preset? Sure, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not gonna say that number. Would you be happy with a Budokai 4? Not sure if I'd be happy with that. I was straight up admit I was told Maki wasn't as strong as Toji so many times I started believing it. Yeah, no, that's just a lie. That's literally just a lie. Like, if I'm being real, Gege already made the idea clear that Maki was as strong as Toji. We're just gonna let bro transform, alright. Gege already made the idea very clear that Maki is as strong as Toji. When he chose to do the stupid panel of like Toji and Maki side by side, and the guy tweaking out going, "Oh, I need to kill you because I see the Toji in you," before he gets like instantly low dipped, right? That's already when Gege wanted to do it, but then he was like, "Oh shit, I need to have Maki do more stuff, so let me write another Toji awakening comparison moment," which is a fighter equal to Zen and Toji was born. I'm gonna be real. I don't think she's equal to him. I think she's just straight up stronger than him. Because if Toji had precognition, regeneration, all these extra sensory abilities, he would have showed like one, you know?
wasting my time.
Like, for example, Toji was born with his heavenly restriction, right? He didn't have a weird twin. Like, I don't want to be mean to Mai. Actually, fuck Mai. He didn't have a weird twin holding him back. He was born with all of these abilities. So if he has regeneration, where the fuck did that mouth scar come from? Maki's scars make sense. She got those before she got the regeneration from a heavenly restriction. Right? So where does Toji's mouth scar come from? It's not even a big scar. So his regeneration should have easily held that off. Right? Another thing is that if he had precognition, I feel like it would have really helped avoid Gojo's red and Gojo's purple. But against Gojo's purple, the only thing he talks about is having a bad feeling. But the bad feeling is something he even admits to having before he even fought Gojo. You know, he fought Gojo only for pride. It wasn't, he didn't have to actually fight him. So I don't think that means Toji has precognition. People like to pretend it does. But if he had precognition, how come he couldn't dodge a fucking regular blue? He can't dodge a regular ass blue, but he can suddenly precognition hollow purple. Like, you know what I mean? He can't dodge red. He can't dodge purple. Ooh. Instant rise? No? Okay. Anyone who tries to revive him, I'm hitting them. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is bro cooking? Maybe it's my limit burst. You know what? It's probably my limit burst. Boom, 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 boom. According to Yuji, it doesn't matter, truly. And Yuji's my goat. Whatever he says is canon. Also, this guy's name 100% bugged out. There's no way it's just supposed to be Jiren. Oh, okay. Who was Fourth Vision? Oh, he was on my team, okay. Oh, he died, so he quit. Unlucky. I don't think Maki has actual regeneration. Okay, when I say regeneration, I don't mean like the lizard, like growing back arms and tails. I mean like being able to heal, like, you know, internal body, like any openings that have, like any ruptures, any openings, any splinters or fractures in the bone, like that kind, like not like insane margin. When I say regeneration, I don't mean margin boo, right? I mean like regular, like biological regeneration, just like a super version of it. Yeah, Maki's regeneration is slow, but Toji's been an active fighter for years, so him still having that scar on his mouth, I feel like it would be very hard to justify if he had the same ability as Maki to like close injuries and shit like that. Oh, okay, sure. I'm gonna let you do this because this form sucks. Okay. Oh. Hey, Buckaroo. Okay. Are you gonna combine that into an ultimate? Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. That always teleports? I totally forgot that. Okay. Feel free. Can I block that? I wonder. Because I use Dispo so little. I don't even know if I can block that. Okay. I would like to know what's going on. Boom. Look how much damage Male Saint grabs do, man. Shit is straight up just broken as hell. Okay. Unlucky. He got the scarf when he was younger. My guy, does any kind of improvement to Cursed Pit? I said this twice already now. Oh, okay. Well, I'd still want his regeneration to justify closing that. Because Maki talks about healing like she can, which means he would be able to. I want to remind you that Maki's condition was I literally physically cannot move because I got my back blown out. Right? I'm not saying that her spine is broken, but she's so weak she genuinely goes, oh, I can't help. Give me like 5 minutes to heal, and then I'll come back, right? Which means obviously she has enhanced, like, you know, regeneration. He was a child? Man, I don't give a fuck. Sukuna was a child, and he still turned out to be the GOAT. So he doesn't have any excuses. I'm not going to give Gojo a pass, though. He has a shield. That's different. But, yeah. Does that mean he was damaged by a grade 2 curse? No, we're not gonna say Toji's a grade 2 curse. We're not gonna say Toji's a grade 2 curse victim. We're not doing that. But I just don't physically. I cannot believe that him and Maki are equal. I cannot in any good faith believe that. Especially when Maki lives in a way more violent era. I say way more violent era. Really, it was just Curse Naoya and Sukuna that were like her main like ops in that same violent era. But like, man, if anything, to me, saying she's equal to Toji's a low ball. That's a low ball than anything. There's no reason to believe that. This is why fans are stupid, because you guys call Infinity a shield. Well, it blocks damage. Do you want me to call it a wall of space? Reality and time slowed down. If I'm going to describe it in a really lazy, low FOA, I'm just going to call it a shield. Like, I don't think Infinity is an actual barrier, by the way, obviously. But it blocks damage. The quickest way to describe that is a shield. Who do we think had a worse childhood, Sukuna or Maki? We didn't get to see Sukuna's, but you can kind of guess what happened to Sukuna. It depends on how you take it, because Maki's, we know Maki's is obviously shit. Because sexist household, and she has no cursed energy. So obviously they just treat her like garbage her whole life. But Sukuna, I don't know about Sukuna, man. Because when Sukuna was born, his mom was probably very weak, or in a similar situation. So he's probably never even smiled his whole life until he killed his first person. And he was like, "Oh, that feels good." Because we know Sukuna doesn't hate his mother, but he describes his mother as being so weak she couldn't provide food, so he ate his twin inside the womb. Which is probably why he got fucked up looking. Because he skipped the part that Maki and Mai had where being twins fucks up the birth. He just ate his twin and got all the insane bullshit off rip. So his mom probably like starved to death or died like soon after he was born. And he probably ate her body, which is where his taste for humans came from to survive. So it depends on how you think he perceives. Because if Sukuna comes out and he thinks like an animal, he's not going to care. But if he thinks like a normal human being, like we've been shown to believe, he's just an insane human being. Then it probably sucked a little bit and then he got over it. So it's not the same. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. It's not the same thing. We'll just say Gojo had infinity then. But what I mean is that like Gojo not having scars when he's a kid makes sense because he literally has a wall that blocks damage when he needs it to. So obviously Gojo doesn't have any scars because he has a wall. Is that better, or is a wall a bad description? So he has infinity. That prevents him from taking damage, so he's not going to have any scars. Sukuna is just OP as hell. And he probably figured out reverse curse technique really early in his life anyways. Because he's ugly. Like, not to be mean. Like, kid Sukuna, adult man Sukuna, probably, fine shit, 10 out of 10. But, like, kid Sukuna, like, kids are disgusting. He was probably really weird looking, so he probably got attacked often. Which is why he turns out to be such a violent person. I gotta watch JJK I gotta read JJK so I can watch the streams. I feel like I'm in a class and I'm confused. I'm so sorry about this. I didn't mean to make it a mostly JJK stream, but JJK is airing right now and Dragon Ball's doing nothing. So there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to Dragon Ball. I like to think Sukuna's relationship with Suma was probably similar to Yuji's with Wasuke, and when she died, Sukuna vowed to not end up weak like her. Yeah. Because Sukuna definitely didn't hate his mother. He only describes her once, but the only word he uses to describe her is poor, which is it's obviously not talking about her being broke. He just, like, he could have said pathetic, but he described her as poor, which is like a sympathetic way to address someone. So I think he did like his mom. There's no evidence that he actually hates her. I think another way he describes her is stupid or unfortunate when he's talking about her starving. You know what I mean? So you could maybe interpret the stupid one as like, as him hating her. But I think I need to go back and see what he actually says there. But when he's describing his backstory to Urame, about his, his situation, his birth situation. I think he uses the word stupid to describe his mother not being able to get food to feed herself, which is why he had to eat his brother. Sukuna has a better relationship with his mother than All For One. I don't even remember. Did All For One kill his mom in the womb? Or did his mom die when he crawled out? Because I don't remember his backstory. But I remember he was so evil, he was basically fucking eating her corpse. No, I love the yapping, but I don't understand it. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'll lock in and read it probably next month. Hey, feel free, homie. You can just watch the anime until you get to where it is. Because the anime of JJK is really good. So you can just watch the anime and then read the manga. Because the manga is also really good, so you shouldn't... I mean, other than, missing the music and the animation and stuff like that, I think you'll still enjoy it. He stole her quirk mid-birth and it killed her. Oh, that's what killed her. Okay, my bad. Steve, would you play another game, please? I beg you. No. In fact, you know what? I think I'll end the stream. How about that? We've gone on for 2 hours now. That's long enough, alright? Okay, wait. If we power scaling babies in the womb now, what about Yujiro forcing his way out? If we're power scaling babies, All For One would be the strongest baby, and Sukuna would be the weakest baby. Because Sukuna, I think you're supposed to assume he was born naturally. If his mother, passed away giving birth to him, I think he would have mentioned that. So it's safe to say she was maybe around for for a bit, at least enough for him to learn stuff as a human being. You know what I mean? So yeah, Sukuna's mom gave birth to him. Yujiro forced his way out. He just came out because he was bored. And All For One literally blew up his mother. Well, he didn't blow her up, but you know what I mean. He expired his mother to come out. So that would make All For One the strongest baby. And it would make Sukuna the weakest baby. And Yujiro would be like the mid baby. I was a top tier baby, to be honest. I see. I hope you guys were all top tier babies. You weren't rambunctious or gave your parents a too hard of a time. See, did you go remember to play Risk of Rain 2 or try and revamp online the functionality of chat? Yeah, fair enough. Mid baby, what a sentence, yeah. All For One in the womb versus Pan in the womb versus Sukuna in the womb. Pan in the womb is definitely the strongest. Not because she's a Saiyan, but because she can literally count as a pure heart Super Saiyan despite not being born. I don't know how that counts. I really don't. But Pan for some reason counts as a Super Saiyan at birth. No. It's not even at birth. It's not even at birth. So she's the strongest baby. To be honest, I was a C-tier baby. C-section. Oh my goodness gracious, man. Womb scaling only on Steed streams? Look, alright, we're bored. We're bored, that's what it is. Maybe I should end the stream. How about that? She turned her mom into a Super Saiyan. Yeah, her mom became Super Saiyan for a bit. Just because of her. Alright, I think this is a good place to end it. We're doing womb scaling now, so that's how you know we ran out of stuff to talk about. Gohan must have really put in a special request for that in bed. He definitely did. He probably went Super Saiyan when he finished. So the cells were super. Make sure you stay hard for us, King, and drink water. That's a good point. I've not been drinking water. My apologies. Do another epic off-screen stream end. I would need like a $50 donation for that. I'm not doing that for free. Not because it's hard, but because I just want $50 for doing that. Actually, don't. That'd be fucked up. Don't do that. Imagine donating $50 so I can end the stream. That's messed up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you'll feel like your money went to waste. Save your $50 or whatever the fuck for when I actually, like, when I'm midway through a stream, you know? I'll do it. Well, if you, I'm gonna end the stream right now. I'm not gonna give you the chance to do that. How about that? All right, guys. I think this is a good place to end the stream. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe as a great support channel. And leave a like on the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell because it keeps you up to date. And leave a whatever. Okay, I'm ending the stream. Love you all. Bye bye. Stay cool, gang. Ooh. See you guys tomorrow. Remember, 6 days. 6 days. 6 days now. 6 days. Okay. Bye.